I'm standing inside Pure Project Brewing in the beautiful city of Vista in San Diego County. Pure Project is a brewery inspired by the tropics and gives as much attention to sustainability and community as well as it does its incredible beer. Pure Project is also known for brewing a wide array of beer styles. However, the challenge these different beers provide is that they all should be served in different glasses and at different temperatures. I'm Jeremy Storton. I'm an advanced Cicerone and the host of the Good Beer Matters podcast. I've partnered with Brewery DB to bring you Trusted BrewKnowledge. Trusted BrewKnowledge is a series of videos to help you better understand beer and what to make of it. Today we're going to talk about the ideal glassware and serving temperature for different styles of beers, and we're also going to talk about why this matters.
My name is Chris Guzman. I'm the Education Program Manager. Started Chris.thebeereducator on Instagram, and I'm an advanced Cicerone, currently studying for my Master's Cicerone.
Yes,
got the
you are.
cool little patch right there.
So, Chris, we've talked about why it's important to have different glassware.
Right.
We need to talk about temperature as well. So let's talk about an ideal temp and why there's an ideal temp and an ideal glass. So let's start with light ales and light lagers.
Serving temperatures is going to be across the board 38 degrees to 40 degrees. So this is the, like you were mentioning, that ideal temperature when you should enjoy it. One important thing to know about beer is that the tasting experience isn't linear. It evolves, it changes. The warmer it gets, it expresses different things. And there's a functionality to when we enjoy it and how we enjoy it. So for over here, this is Rove. Rove we've recently released. It's our adventure beer. Basically, it's an easy drinking beer. It's an ale that drinks like a lager, and you want to enjoy this when you're going camping, hiking. You want to enjoy this when it's nice and cold, refreshing, and crisp. But why cold is because CO2 will release out of solution at warmer temperatures. And the CO2 provides that crispiness, that zap, that snappy finish. So nice and cold. You can see the beautiful clarity on it. We put a gold rim just because for us, those beers take a little bit longer to make. Let's put in the right vessel, right? Let's say if it's Oktoberfest, you want to use a stein. That stein you won't apply any heat from your hand. You'll have a handle. You're able to drink it.
Those are meant for drinking. Those are meant for quantity.
Mass quantities, mass quantities.
Yeah, pun intended. The Moss quantity.
Yeah, exactly. So same thing here. You want a nice little vessel, either showcasing clarity or steins, enjoying it that way. You can see that with the Czech beers. You can see that with German beers. But yeah, normally showcase off that clarity or have a stein on it, a handle. You can enjoy it that way.
And that's where lager or ale, ideally you have, like you're talking about, you have that glass that showcases the color. That means it tends to be taller, it tends to be skinnier, so that you can see through it. The first experience we have with food or beer or anything else is with our eyes.
Exactly.
And so it has to look attractive. That is about the all-encompassing sensory experiences. It has to look great.
And like you said before, we eat with our eyes, we drink with our eyes. That looks amazing. I don't even know what that is, but can I take a sip of it? That type of mentality. And those paler beers, they're not showcasing off too much malt, but then once you get into like Doppelbock or maybe some of those bigger beers with a little bit more complexity, you might have a smaller vessel, or you want to drink them a little bit warmer just to see the complexity of these beers. For this one, easy drinking, your Pilsners, your Pale Lagers, those are perfect at colder temperatures.
Well, and you made a comment earlier that the refrigerators are at 38 degrees. So a question I would have if I didn't know any better is, well, why can't you just warm them up? Well, if you're in a commercial situation, there's a food safety issue and a legal issue, so refrigerators have to be under 41 degrees. So if you put them at 38, then you've got some wiggle room, right? Yeah. So pretty much all beers, whatever the beer is, all beers are going to come out at 38 degrees.
100%.
And that's like you've got your silver bullet. I'm reaching to the bottom of the cooler, and I'm going to pull that cold one out because I want it cold. You mentioned the carbonation. With carbonation, there's acidity. That just adds to the refreshing experience too. Just like it's hot, I'm active. I just mowed the lawn. I'm just got done at the beach. I want something cold and refreshing.
Exactly, and that's what the pale lager really embodies. And also one thing to notice is that they're all coming out of 38 degrees. If you line up your beers on a flight, and you have that pale lager or a light ale coming in first, you'll enjoy that first at a colder temperature, and by the time you get to the end of it, you might have a barley wine, a barrel-aged sour, where you're like, oh, whoa, that's already hitting its stride in temperature-wise without even knowing it. So curating it for the guests in such a way where you're going from least intense to most intense, typically colder to a little bit more of a warmer enjoyment, boom. You've set them up for success. Otherwise, it's a little difficult. Like, hey, that stout came out first because it's weirdly enough in the beginning of the lineup. No, set it up right, and you're just like, hey, enjoy that sensory experience. You'll thank me later.
It's like a flavor ramp to take off like Evel Knievel.
There you go. That's what we're trying to do. I like that analogy. It's like Evel Knievel